6th of March, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
A time to be taken a bus. Oh, recording in progress. Got it. Okay, here we are. Rabbi Furst.
Are people getting together to get a gift? Because I would be happy to contribute to a gift.
We didn't discuss it. I was planning I prefer to do something personal.
Okay.
Good
Morning, Rabbi Furst.
Good morning, it's Shmuel. Good morning. Good morning, Barry. How's everybody doing?
Hakol Beseder.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Rabbi, first, I don't want to take the time from the show, but I just want to mention that I'm looking for a ride to the Chasana and back.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you have not now, but I mean, if there's someone you could refer me to that is going out, I could meet them in Yerushalayim.
Okay. There might be some possibilities. Okay. Let me if I don't mention anything to you by say Tuesday, remind me again. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Maybe Lou or the Kohen are going out. Maybe they have room for me. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. But I don't want to take the time in this year now. Okay,
fine. All right. Let me know, and again by Tuesday, if you don't hear from me, let me know on another reminder on Tuesday.
Okay.
Fine.
Neither I nor Meir are going.
You're not going, and Meir is not going. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay. Wow.
Start again. Okay, we're on recording. Okay, good. Good morning again. This is Rabbi Shmuel Furst here in Yerushalayim, here with Zoom. We're learning in Megilla Esther along with Pierke Avos. We're now starting in the second parak, and let's see. I'll tell you which pasuk we got up.
We did. Yeah. Whoops.
Right. Third parak. We're starting the third parak, right, Barry?
We're starting the third parak, correct.
Yeah.
Acher Adavarim.
Okay, very good. Any volunteers to read?
Could I continue or?
You're doing fine. Go ahead.
No one objects.
Okay.
You're quite welcome to.
Okay, thank you. Acher Hadavarim, after these things, Hamelech.
No.
Ho'ele, Gidal Hamelech Achashverosh. Oh, so now it's Achashverosh again. Okay. After all these things, King Achashverosh, et Haman ben Hamedasa, Hagogi, he promoted Haman. V'yonas Ehu v'yosem et kiso ma'al kol hasorim, and he advanced them and put his seat above all the officers, Asher Ito, and all the officers that were with him. Oh, so he was the number one now. V'chol avdei hamelech asher b'sha'ar hamelech korim u'mislechavim lahaman. And all the king's servants at the king's gate would bow down and prostrate themselves before Haman. Ki chen tziva lo hamelech, because the king commanded this concerning him. Wow. Mordechai lo yichra, but Mordechai did not bow down. Velo yishtachave. I don't know what the difference between that would be.
What do you
Bow down
mean?
to Christian, So he did.
What's your question, Barry? What's your
What
question?
is the difference between bowing down and prostrating? One is just bowing, the other is flopping on the floor.
Yeah, exactly what they have to do. That's not clear, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but he didn't do anything. Okay.
Right. Okay, so in terms of the first pasuk, right? V'achar davar meili gidel melech kashrus es Haman. So if you want just to take a corresponding Mishnah Pirkei Avos, look in the sixth parak in the in Mishnah Hey, that's on page 582. I think look there,
582. What parak?
The
Six?
sixth parak, page
Okay.
582, Mishnah Hey on page 582.
Torah, Gedula Torah. Torah is greater. Yoter min
No, with the one before that.
Hakuna.
Hey is the one before that.
Oh, you want hey? Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
El Havakesh Gedola la'atzmecha. Don't think greatness for yourself. Va'al tachmod kavod, and don't crave honor.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, go ahead. Fine. One more line, right?
Yoter milmudecha asa el hata'ava b'shlechanam shel melachim. Let your deeds exceed your learning.
Okay. So how can we relate the first point to this? Al tachmod kavod, right? Al tevakesh gedula latzma. Al tachmod kavod.
Well, that's Haman.
Yeah,
That's what Haman wanted, power.
right.
So he was doing the opposite of what we're supposed to do.
Oh, very good, very good. It was simply doing the opposite of what we're supposed to run away from these things, right? All
Right.
these things that Haman was after, and look, and not only that, he got it, right? Didn't he? He got it in the end, right? Didn't he? I don't know about in the end, but temporarily he got it.
Temporarily, no? Yeah, he was a star.
Yeah, he was the top.
He was the big guy. Wow. Yeah, not for long.
So he actually, to tell you the truth, the actual amount of time that he was at his apex was actually a very short time. I'd have to look back at this rhyme to tell you exactly how long it was, but it was really a very short time. From the time, let's say, the time that he was given the king's ring, which gave him ultimate power to do what he wanted to do, especially over the Jews, until he was finally hanged, it wasn't very much time at all. So if I have time, I'll try and review what the rhymes say, and they give you. It's very, very definitely documented exactly which days he rose to power, which day he was hung, and again, he was hung on, if I'm not mistaken, Tesvav of Nisan, which is the second day Pesach. So it was all over with him. It was all over and finished with him very quickly. I'll see if I can't look that up. So yeah, so exactly what Haman sought to achieve, we're cautioned by Chazal to stay away from those things.
Rabbi, if it's not relevant, then that's fine. But I'm wondering what it means when it says beyond your learning act.
Right.
That doesn't sound right to me, that you should act beyond your learning. That sounds like you're being arrogant.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're being cautioned about doing. Don't try and seek more glory and honor than your learning is appropriate for. Meaning, a person, there's a little bit of a problem here because in general, a person should probably try and stay away from seeking honor for himself. But here it seems because it's a question of covered the Torah, right? That's what the lo yosim limdecha say, meaning you shouldn't do more than the honor that your Torah allows you to do. Meaning there are certain things a person has to do just simply because the Torah that he embodies is honor he's due is because of the Torah that's within him, right? And even that you shouldn't go further than the amount of Torah that the person himself has, right? And then there's another madrega that a person shouldn't seek honor at all. But sometimes a person has to because of the Torah. He can't refuse certain things, or sometimes he has to do certain things because of the Torah that he embodies, right? It's a question of not his covet, it's a question of coveted Torah, right? So in that case, he can do, but even at that point, he's not supposed to do more than the Torah that he that actually possesses allows.
So shouldn't it say lo yoter milamudcha aseh?
Well, the al tivakesh is the low that you're looking for. The very first law point of the Mishnah. That's the low. That's the negative point you're looking for.
So that applies to the next sentence.
Right.
I see. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Don't seek, and then you don't seek more than your Torah allows. Right. That's the.
But it's the Moladecha, doesn't that mean that's your learning and Asa is your deeds?
What do you? One more time, Larry. I lost you. What you said.
I mean, it says Yoter Milmodecha Asa. So we're translating this as do not
Right.
make
You shouldn't seek your honor for yourself, and it shouldn't be your honor, right? It shouldn't be more than what your learning allows. Meaning your learning allows you to seek a certain amount of covet, a certain amount of honor and respect, right? But whatever you do seek, it shouldn't be more than the amount of Torah that you possess.
But isn't Yoter a positive, like a command? Yoter, it's instruction. Yoter, you should strive. Milodecha Osa.
No, well, no, because it's going on the Altivatis. Altivatis, right? Altivatis, Yosem Miludecha Asa. Don't seek more than your Torah allows. Clear?
Don't seek to do things more than your Torah allows.
You don't seek the honor and glory more than your Torah allows.
Oh, okay. This is okay. My pasukim is punctuated differently.
What do you mean?
In other words, Yoter starts a separate sentence.
Right,
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's the problem I'm having. Also,
Yeah.
if you look at the next line, it says Va'al tis aveh. So why is it repeating the negative statement here and not the previous sentence?
Well, because the Altizav has a whole different point. That Altizav is you shouldn't be jealous of other people. It's a whole different concept.
Yeah.
Yoter is not a verb. Yoter is an adjective. It just means more. So
Right.
don't seek more than what your Torah allows,
Right.
what your learning allows.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the way that's the way we have to touch it.
That's
So this is really a comma, not a semicolon.
right.
Okay, yeah, this is, the English translation in the Pirkei Avos is punctuated differently.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
Confusing.
okay,
it's very
okay.
confusing.
Yeah, that's what that's my problem and Lou's problem. Okay, all right, but so I fixed that. Okay.
Okay. All right, let's see. So again, now we have the second, the call of the Melech Asher B'Shah Melech Korim Mishtachevim Lam, and all the servants of the king that were in the court of the Melech, they bowed and prostrated themselves to Mel. Malki Tziva Loi, that's Melech. That was the command that was given from the king. Mordechai did not bow, nor did he prostrate. Okay, for this, we can take a look in the second parak. Take a look in the second parak of Avos, in the 5th Mishnah there, if I'm not mistaken. The 5th Mishnah. Yeah.
2-6, okay.
Yeah.
Who Hoya, Omer?
No, it's on page 550, the 5th Mishnah. Hillel Omer, Al Tifra.
But it's the first parak? No,
Parak,
I'm sorry.
number
Parak Shane
Parak number 2, Mishnah 5.
5. Okay. Hillel Omer. Okay. Hillel said, Al Tifrosh min Hatzibor. Don't separate.
That's right. That's all we need to know.
Okay.
Al Tifrosh
Don't
min
separate yourself from the community.
Right. Okay, now how does that relate
Oh.
to this?
Well, that's Mordechai's doing the opposite.
That's right.
He's not going along with the community.
That's right.
So he's not fulfilling what Hillel said to do. He's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Mhm. So the question is, how can he do that?
Right. It's causing trouble. He's making trouble for everybody.
Right. So I think the answer is, I mean, we have to try and understand what was going on here a little bit. What was this point about bowing down to? Is it? Let me ask you something. Can a Jew bow down to a person?
Yes. Yeah, you can. If a Jew is going to meet, let's say, I don't know, the Queen of England or something, you're allowed to bow. No.
Could be.
I don't mean, I'm not saying throw yourself on the floor, but you can, whatever the greeting is. What would be if a Jew met the Pope? He's not going to kneel down and kiss his ring, but he should show some covet, right?
Yeah, something. I'll tell you what. I remember. I don't. Someone once read me. It was a true story. There was in Tehran at the time of the remember the Ali, what was his name, the Khomeini, what was his name, Khomeini guy.
Yeah.
Right? So Khomeini guy, so there was a I think it was a Chabad rabbi that had a Chabad house there in Tehran, right? And people he was, I don't know, he and other people were called to meet with the Khomeini guy, and as part of the protocol, you had to bow down to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this rabbi didn't bow down. So okay, nothing happened right away, but then I think a few days later, there he got a royal visit from the royal police,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that he has to come. He's being taken to the palace. So they bring him in, he sits down, and he's sitting there in front of the Khomeini. So he said he noticed when everyone was there that everyone was bowing down as they were supposed to do, and he didn't bow down. Right?
Yeah.
So he said, you want to explain your behavior? I think he explained to them that the Jews they're forbidden to bow down to idols and to these things and all that things. And the Khomeini was very impressed by it, and he actually was very impressed to the extent that he made a certain type of a relationship with this rabbi that continued for a while, for a long time.
He didn't go to jail. Okay,
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Wow.
And I'll have to try and see if I can dig up the article somehow, some way.
Well, what as far as Khomeini is concerned, what was the bowing down that was necessary? What do you have to do? Just bow your head, or
I'm not
kneel
sure.
down?
I'd have to review the article. And like I said, it must be out there in the clouds somehow, somewhere.
Mhm.
Right? Everything's in the clouds these days. So
Yeah.
I'll try and if some extra time, I'll see if I can't dig up that article. It was read to me a few years ago. But so I'm not so convinced. I don't know. I have to check and see. But the point we want to make now for us is, again, it's true. It says in Avos, Al tifrosh min tzibur. Hillel gives us a direct command. Al tifrosh min tzibur. Don't be separate from what the community is doing. What the community is doing, you should do as well, right? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Yeah, everybody knows that. But here, Mordecai is going against that. So it could be when it's involved with something that's forbidden. So let's say the community is doing something that's forbidden. So then you certainly don't say Al tifrosh min tzibur. You say you have to do the halacha. You have to follow halacha, right?
But in this case, Rabbi, if I think one could argue it's pekuach nefesh, and therefore he's allowed to bow down and simply say quietly to himself, I'm not worshiping an idol. I'm just doing this to save my life.
Okay. Well, number one, we have to think about whether or not Haman was actually considered to be an idol. There are those, I think, the Gemara, the Medrash says that he actually wore he had some kind of an idol that he had on a necklace around his neck and wore on his chest. I think that's so. The question is, are you bowing down to Haman, and it looks like you're bowing down to the idol as well? So it's a whole sugya that we can try. If given a little bit extra time, we can look into it a little bit. But I'd have to prepare for that.
It's interesting that Khomeini, who is a Muslim, right? He's a Muslim. They themselves would be opposed to any kind of bowing down.
Yeah, well, bowing down to something that's a image, but bow down to a person. I don't know if there is. I'm not sure. You have to go back to the good old Sultan days. I think they bowed down to the sultans, no? Didn't they?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember. I was very little then.
Next time, pay attention. Next time, pay attention.
Yeah. So they. Okay.
All right. Good. All right. I'll see if I can get some more information on these points, and we can discuss it a little bit more in full. In the meantime, let's go to the next plus. That'll bring us to
Rabbi. While you're looking it up, there's a lot of Jews who get knighted, and they're supposed to, I don't know, kneel down before the queen and get all that stuff. That seems to be a shiloh also, no? I guess. I mean, in case I ever they offer me knighthood, I want to know what to do. I mean, I don't want
to. I would say don't take it. Don't take it. unless they give you money for it also. If they give you money, take the money and run.
Okay. If there's a cash involved, take it.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's take a look at the next pasuk.
Vayomer. Vayomer Avdei Hamelech. So the king's servant, Asher Bashar Hamelech, the Mordechai, they said to Mordechai, Madua Ata over et mitzvah Hamelech. Why are you disobeying the king's command? Vayehi v'amram alav yom v'yom v'lo shema aleihem vayagidu lahaman lirot hayamdu divrei Mordechai ki higid lahem ashehu Yehudi. Finally, when they said this to him day after day after day, and he didn't listen to them, they told Haman to see whether Mordechai's words would hold up. For he told them that he was a Jew.
So
Okay.
good, very good. So go back to that same Mishnah we were just learning in the second parak, the Mishnah Megilla Omer. So
Yeah.
he continues. Take a look what he says further.
Va'al Tomar, Va'al Ta'amin, Va'atzmecha.
Before, no, Al Tadin. You have it there in the Mishnah there, Al Tadin.
Va'al and this is in Hay, right?
Yes.
Okay, this Mishnah says, Al Tirosh min Hatzibor, don't say Hatzibor, Va'al Ta'amin Va'atzmecha, and don't believe in yourself.
Right, good. Okay, all right, good.
Ad
This what we did.
Yom Mutcha.
Right.
Right? Is that do I
No,
have
we-
the
we-
right
we- We need the next statement. One more statement. We need the next statement.
okay. Va'al Tadin et Chavorcha al Shetiga Limkoma. And don't judge your fellow until you have reached his place.
Right. And so how does that fit in with this first, with Pasuk Gimel? Vomer Avdei Hamelech Asher Bashar Hamelech LeMordechai Madua Ata Oivei Al Mitzvos Hamelech.
Mhm.
So how does that fit into this
Well,
mission over here?
I guess they were judging him.
That's right.
They weren't putting themselves in his place.
Right. As you can see from his next statement. Well, and what was the Pasuk Dalet, right? What was second?
Vayehi, and it was, but Amram alav yom v'yom lo shema aleihem vayagidu lahaman lirosh amdu divrei Mordechai ki hadi lahem ashehu Yehudi. Because so he told them he was a Jew. What was he saying? Put yourself in my place.
Well, he's giving it, meaning what we learned before is you shouldn't judge someone until you've been in his place, right? And they were judging Mordechai, and then Gunnar said he's doing this because he's a Jew. So that's a reason that had they known that, they wouldn't have judged him. That was his answer to them. I'm a Jew. I can't act the way you do. You're goyim. You bow down to these things. I'm a Jew. I don't bow down to these things.
Right. Right. So we know they were not Jews because they were the king's servants.
Yeah, I don't think there was more
Yeah,
than
so
one
we're
Jew
not-
besides Mordechai and them. I don't know, but ostensibly they were Jews. That's right.
But I mean, it could be that these were. I always thought that these were Jews who worked for the king, and they went to him and said, "Look, you're making trouble."
No, I think with the Avdei Hamelech, I think Avdei Hamelech would probably constitute non-Jews. I'm not
Yeah.
100% about
Okay.
that. Not 100% about that, but that would make sense to me. Okay, let's go to Pasuk Hey.
Vayar Haman ki ein Mordechai Korea u'mistechave lo vayimale Haman chema. So when Haman saw that Mordechai wasn't bowing down, he became very angry.
Okay, so now for that,
Yeah.
go to Perik Dalet in the Mishnayos and the Avos. That would be
Perik Dalet. Okay.
Dalet, right? That would be on page 570. On page 570.
570. Okay.
570. Mishnah 28. Chav Ches.
Chav Ches. Okay. Rebbe Eliezer Hakofar Omar. I don't know what a Kofar is. Omar.
That's where he was. That was where it was. He was from. That's it. Rabbi Azakafar.
Okay. It was okay. Hakana Hata'ava the kavod motzien et ha'adam min ha'olam. Jealousy, lust, and glory remove a man from the world.
Okay, so how does that refer to this pasuk here?
Well, that Haman's obviously very jealous of Mordechai. Yeah, I mean that's
Oh, okay, good point. Do you think we have three things? Kina Taiva Vakavod. What do you think? What do you think was getting Haman mad here? What was his anger based upon? What was the foundation?
He wasn't showing honor. He wasn't showing honor.
So there was that would be jealousy. That would be Kina.
Yeah, he was jealous that Mordechai was making himself so independent. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't lust. There was no lust involved in this refusal to bow down.
Right.
Oh, I mean, it could be maybe Haman wanted the glory of having Mordechai bow down.
That was along the lines I was thinking. I was thinking more along the lines that he took this as an affront to his desire to have kavod. He saw it, meaning we're going to see the whole thing that calls it lo shavali. Haman had all the wealth and the honor in the world, but because this one Mordechai didn't bow down to him, everything was worthless to him. Right?
Yeah.
So I was. That's why I was thinking.
Envy, though.
I
say it wouldn't seem that it was envy that was that he was envious of Mordechai. Mordechai wasn't getting greater covet than he was.
Right, I hear. Yeah,
but if Mordechai is not bowing down, he's basically saying like, I have a higher mission than you. Like I'm not even involved in this government business here with the kings and the crowns and all that stuff and parading around. Like this doesn't even affect me. I'm not even in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be jealous that Haman might be jealous of that. But I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Right. Okay. that Haman may, I mean, let me ask you something. Do you think, I mean, besides all this, you have to contrast the two psukim, pasuk Dalet and pasuk Hey. And pasuk Dalet says, "V'hi Amram elav yom v'yom, lo yishmael him," and he heard this day after day, and he didn't listen to them. Mordechai
Right.
didn't listen to this.
Right.
V'higidu lahaman, the rose the divrei Mordechai. So what is this? What was V'higidu lahaman? What was that?
Because they were jealous of him. In other words, why did they go to Haman to get Mordechai in trouble?
Okay, now what was this lirois? Hayamidu divrei Mordechai. What is it, lirois?
I'm sorry.
The next part of the pasuk. Next part, lirois hamidu divrei Mordechai. What? That's a strange lotion, isn't it? What's the pasuk telling us exactly?
To see whether Mordechai's words would avail.
Yeah, why?
What words did he say that they were? In other words, to see whether his words that he's not going to bow down would hold up.
Well, do we see anything that Mordecai actually said over here?
That's what I'm asking. There's nothing he said so far. Just I'm not bowing down.
It says he said, "I'm a Jew."
No, but this is before. Oh, I see.
But yeah, but but it should. The pasuk should have said the Mordecai. The pasuk. If I would write it, which is good that I'm not writing it, but I would have written. Mordecai said he's not doing this because he's a Jew. And then the next pasuk would see, they wanted to see if this was going to stand up, if Mordecai's words are going to stand up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. What did he say? Because this all happened before he said he was a Jew. But anyway, but they knew he was a Jew anyway. He's not telling him anything new because he told them he was a Jew. They knew he was a Jew from the beginning.
Probably. I would imagine they probably knew he was a Jew at the beginning, probably.
But it says because he told them he was a Jew. They want to see if his Jewish identity is going to prevail, or if he's going to have to be subservient and give up on his Jewish identity because of the pressure from Haman.
So Rashi comes to explain this. Rashi if you have a parish with a Megilla with Rashi, so Midu divrei Mordechai, because it's not really clear, right? Because really it should have said, if Mordechai said something, it should have said something before this pasuk, but it didn't. So Rashi has to explain Midu divrei Mordechai to see if the words of Mordechai would endure. What did it mean that the words of Mordechai would endure? What are those words? And so the pasuk says because he said he was a Jew, but he said, "But Omer." Rashi puts into the Megillah what actually Mordecai said. How Omer, he said, "Shlo yistachvu olamis." He's never gonna at all ever bow down. Kihu Yehudi, since he's a Jew, v'hazira al avodah zorah, and he's commanded about avodah zorah. So this is actually going to answer part of our question we had previously. So according to what Rashi says, that Mordechai said that he can't bow down because there's avodah zorah here. So the question is, right, and that's what we'll maybe we'll try and clarify as we go along. Was the avodah zorah Haman himself? I mean, or was there something that Haman was, as the Gemara says, he had an idol that was draped around his neck from a necklace, and that was the avodah zorah. Oh, okay. fine. I think we can maybe go to the next pasuk. Let's take a look.
Vayivez.
Yes.
Okay. Vayivez be'enov l'shloach yad b'Mordechai levado. It seemed he didn't like and it was contemptible in his eyes to lay hands on Mordechai by himself.
Right.
He gidu lo et am Mordechai. So I don't know what that means, because they had made known to him the people of Mordechai.
It was despicable for Haman to think about just taking vengeance against Mordechai on his own. Why? Because they told to him as Am Mordechai, because they told him who the nation of Mordechai was, which meaning the Jews, right?
So yeah. So
Right.
why would it be contemptible for him to put his hands on Mordechai alone?
Right, that's a good question. That needs explanation, correct? Right. Okay, let's just finish the pasuk, right? But that needs explanation. That's not clear. Why would Mordechai, because he's a Jew, simply now have incited Haman not just to take vengeance against Mordechai himself, but against his whole people. So this is going to raise a whole question, which many of the Mepharshim speak about. We have to try and understand what the actual Gezerah was. Meaning, was the Gezerah something that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had decreed? HaKadosh Baruch Hu also said that there has to be this decree against all of the Jewish people, and then Haman, if that's the case, that there was a decree from HaKadosh Baruch Hu that had to be a decree against the Jewish people, then what Haman was doing was really simply playing a part in Hashem's ultimate desire to fulfill his decree, right? But if there was no decree min hashamayim, and Haman was simply using his own free will to do the worst to the Jews, has v'sholom, so then there would be no necessity of a decree from heaven. The Haman was making the decree. So basically, the question is, the decree that was made against the Jews, was it something which was divinely determined from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or was it something which Haman had dreamt up on his own? Right? That we're gonna have to spend time as we go through more of the Megillah, trying to understand, in fact, what was the source, what initiated, what was the catalyst for the Gezerah. There was definitely a Gezerah, right? Haman definitely made a Gezerah. Haman was given the ability to do the worst to the Jews if he so fit, and he did definitely want to do it. The question is, however, the initiation of that Gezerah, the catalyst which sparked that Gezerah, was that sparked from something which was ultimately decreed from heaven, or was it something which was ultimately determined by Haman's own feelings and desires? That's a very basic, fundamental question in understanding the Megillah. And not only the Megillah, it also something which is very fundamental to understanding our obligations of what we're supposed to do on Purim, and listening to Megillah, and filling all the mitzvahs of the Megillah and of Purim. So I think maybe let's stop here. We want to, and because it'll take a little bit of time to fully explain this a little bit. At least not fully explain, to just begin to explain it a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's a good time to stop, and we'll repeat this pasuk. We're in pasuk vav, so we'll pick up with pasuk vav tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, pasuk vav, vayivez.
The Yivez, right?
Okay.
Very
Okay.
good.
All right. Good. Great.
Thank you, Barry, for reading. And let's see, we missed Roy today. Huh? Roy wasn't with us today. Hope everything's well.
I think he told us that he had something that he had to do today.
Could be. I remember something.
Yeah,
vaguely about
that's right. He did say that.
that.
He said he would see us on Yom Sheni.
Okay, we'll take a little break and we'll start the Mishnah Berurah here shortly. And hope to see you all soon, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you,
stuff, Barry.